Sup y'all, it's me, it's your boy Asmongold, and today I wanted to give you guys an updated 2016 guide for Brewfest. Now Brewfest is like the Warcraft equivalent for Oktoberfest, and so it's going to begin at the end of September and end at the beginning of October. I think this year Brewfest ends on the 6th of October, and so if you guys want to get any of these rewards, you definitely want to get on it as soon as possible because a lot of them are gated by dailies, and so you can't just get all of the rewards all in one day. You have to wait consecutively because some dailies give you coins, and you need a certain amount of coins to buy the rewards, and you can't get all the coins in one day. So you want to do it as soon as possible so you don't end up, with Brewfest ending and then you aren't able to buy all the stuff that you want to get. So you want to do this as soon as you can. And that's what I want to do for you guys in this video, is show you all the different ways you can get the coins, all this different stuff that you can buy with them. There are pets, toys, and mounts that you can get from this event, and just basically everything that really Brewfest has to offer. Now, if you want to go over to the Brewfest event areas, the first place obviously for Alliance is Dunmorrow, right outside Ironforge, and I think for Horde it is Durotar right outside Orgrimmar. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. I don't really know. I don't really play Horde. But if you're Alliance, you can talk to this person right here, and that's basically the person that sells all of the different rewards. Now, there are a ton of different things that you have to buy in Brewfest if you've never done this before, if you want to get all of the items. You have to get all of the I guess like armor or the set of like the slippers and like the garb of the Brewfest, and that's for an achievement, and there's a ton of different pets, ton of different mounts, and also a couple of other little aesthetic things that you might want to buy as well, like those goggles are new down at the bottom left. So what I would recommend for you guys to do is that if you want to get as many of these things as possible, what I would do is I would go and I would get one item on each character. And so I would go and because there's a lot of like front-loaded quests where you can get like 150 coins in probably about an hour or so, and then after that you have to wait for dailies. And so you can just spend 1 hour on one character and get one item and then get on another character and then work towards another item, rather than just doing it on each character, on one character, trying to get every single reward, because you're probably not going to have enough time to get all the coins for all of that. So I would recommend doing this on as many characters as you can, and on each character going towards one reward, and then going to another character to go on another reward. And so there's a Stout Elemental right there. That was added last year, and along with those little goggles that you got, there's also a sausage hat that I'm going to show you guys in a little bit in this video. And there's like the hops. It turns your mount into the, if you're Horde, it turns it into the Kodo, and if you're Alliance, it turns it into the Ram. There's the Brewfest banner. Also, you can buy the little thing that gets you into the, I think it's like the invitation letter or something like that, into the Brew the Month Club. And so if you want to get the achievement, What a Long Strange Trip It's Been, which is, it gives you, I think, the Violet Proto-Drake, you want to do that as fast as possible, because basically the Brewfest event doesn't really, in order to get that achievement, it's very simple. In order to get that achievement, you have to drink one brew each month for an entire year. And so if you want to get it, this is like your only real chance for the entire year. Now, besides that, they did add this vendor over here. This is my favorite vendor. It's a sausage vendor, and he sells a bunch of different sausages. As you can see, there's the sausage, there's the red one, the yellow one, is the pink one, and there's some more red ones. And also, there's the special sausage hat. Now, the sausage hat was added this year. I was very, very excited for that. And I was honestly a little bit, apprehensive about buying a sausage hat because I thought it would look like a bunch of dicks on your head. And you guys will see what it looks like at the end of the video. So anyway, in order to get the prize tokens, there are all kinds of different little quests outside Brewfest. Like there's this one right here. You just pick up mugs and you throw it at the robot, and it takes like 3 seconds and you get 15 coins. Which is why, again, I was recommending, if you want to get all of the rewards, focus on doing this on one character, because it's very, very easy to get on every single character and throw mugs at a robot, right? But doing the Brewfest like ram riding thing over and over can get pretty tedious. So anyway, the last thing I just mentioned is the Brewfest ram riding. Now, the Brewfest ram riding is the main way of getting these different rewards on a consecutive level. This is basically your biggest daily, kind of, that you can do that will give you Brewfest prize tokens. You can usually get about 30 per day by doing this. Now, you get on this ram, you get an extra action button, and so you can make a macro / use extra action button 1 for that. A lot of people have that for different raid boss mechanics, or you can just click the button. It doesn't really matter one way or another. The ram has 3 different speeds. speeds. There's the red speed, which is fast, the yellow speed, which is medium, and the green speed, which is obviously going to be slow. Now, as you guys can see right there, right next to my Ram buff, I have a little, there's like an eye, and it's gaining stacks. Now, if those stacks go up to 100, not only do you look like an idiot to everybody around you because you tired out your Ram, but you also are moving at pretty much a snail's pace, and so you don't want to do that, and so make sure that your, I guess like your fatigue of your Ram does not go above, what do you call it, doesn't really go above 90, I would say, and just make sure it doesn't go to 100 or it will tire your Ram out, and then you go really slow, you lose a bunch of time. So basically what you want to do here is you pretty much go over to Keranos, and there's another quest where you have to really mind the amount of, like, I guess like the fatigue that you have, but whenever you're doing the Ram riding, you really don't need to, because if you run over one of these barrels of apples, it resets the amount of fatigue that your Ram has. And so just put it up to like to red and just ride this Ram like a wild fucking beast all the way down to Keranos. And as soon as you get over there, there's like this little person here. It's going to throw you a barrel. You turn around, you bring it back. Okay, after you do the first quest the first time, you have to do 3 back and forth. You get a second option to do your Ram riding again. That will give you a 4-minute buff. And each time that you actually do a successful, I guess like, what is this, like a delivery from Keranos back and forth. If you go back and forth once, you get two tokens, right? And so each time that you do that, you also get 30 extra seconds added onto your timer. And so you'd think this is a 4-minute thing, but it actually goes on for quite a while. And so it usually takes about, it took me like 9 or 10 minutes, and I came out with about 30 tokens. And so that was 15 runs back and forth, because as I said before, each time that you do it, you gain an extra 30 seconds on the timer, and each run takes about 45 seconds, or like 50 or like 40, I don't really know how the math works out. And so right there, I didn't mean to click that, but I just did, and so here we go. And so here's the 4 minutes. I'm not going to show you guys the whole thing, honestly. I forgot I cut it out, and this is actually my second time recording this, because I actually accidentally showed the whole thing. Like, I can fill in a lot of time with bullshit, but 9 minutes of it, that was a little bit too much. So anyway, you just go back and forth over and over and over, and pick up the barrels, and pick up the, just go back and forth, basically, over and over, and that's pretty much it. Make sure that you actually hit the barrels here, or the barrels of the apples, so your Ram doesn't get tired out. And there you go. That was at the end of my time. It took me 9 minutes, and I got, I think, 30 extra Brewfest tokens. Might have been 32. I just don't really remember. I think it says 60 right there, and I had 30 before, so math. So anyway, guys, besides that, there are a number of other things that you can do as like your first time for doing Brewfest. There's one that's a daily here, and if you're over here, sometimes the Dark Iron Dwarves come and attack, and they leave this gear behind. You have to throw, basically, you throw mugs at them, and after a while they go away, and then it leaves behind that gear, and you can do that as a daily quest as well, which gives you more tokens. Now, also, there's this other quest that you can see right here, and you basically have to go around Ironforge and like advertise for like these different brew companies, and you can only do one per day, I think. And at this one, you want to make sure that you stay on green or yellow, so your Ram doesn't, I guess, like get exhausted, right? Also, if you get drunk in the Brewfest area, there are 2 different types of mobs that show up. There are these Warpentingers, and you get a quest for like throwing the net over the Warpentingers, and also there are the purple Elks you have to go around and catch all throughout Azeroth. You have to go to Teldrassil, right outside the Exodar, and also in front of Stormwind, right? And for Horde, obviously, I'm going to assume it's somewhere else, but you guys get what I'm saying. So you have to actually get your character drunk, and so make sure that you, basically all you have to do is go talk to a vendor that sells alcohol, and just click it a bunch of times until you're drunk, and then you guys will see it happen right here. So I just click it a bunch of times, and there's the purple Alex. Real simple. And you do want to do this, as I said before, if you are getting these rewards. These things are worth doing, going around and doing them, because this one, I think, gives you like 40 tokens or something like that. The other one gives you a pet that you can sell. Now, I think probably the pet sells for like 5 gold or something like that, but it is another thing that you can do if you are like really strapped for cash, or you just like doing it for whatever reason. So here I am over in Exodar, finishing up all of the different Alex, and I'll go ahead and turn it in and show you guys pretty much how much I have right now. Now, also, there are a number of other things you can get out of Brewfest, and one of the biggest things, honestly, guys, well, actually, I don't even want to talk about that right now. I forgot this was the part in this clip where I'm going to show it. I'm going to buy the sausage hat. And so here's a sausage hat, as you can see, learning the sausage hat. And as I said before, I was a little bit apprehensive, a little bit worried, a little bit, I don't want to have a crown of dicks on my head. But whenever I use the sausage hat, that's actually exactly what I got. It was basically a big pile of sausages on my head that I think that's the same model that Blizzard used for picking up Talbot poop in the Grand. So if you want to have this on your head, you want to have an extra toy towards 300 or however many toys you're trying to get, have at it, guys. That's all it's going to take. You just do the entry-level quest and you're going to have enough coins to buy yourself your own sausage hat. How exciting. Now also, even more exciting than that is you can get 2 different mounts. And you get those from queuing up for Corn Dire Brew through the group finder. It's very simple. And as you can see right there, there's a group, the Brewfest Kodo. And I remember the first year this came out, I actually have a little story to tell about this in a couple of minutes here. I just went absolutely apeshit for this Brewfest Kodo, and I ran this for like every single day for days in order to get it. And also, there's the Brewfest Ram. Now, the Ram, I don't really give a shit about that, right? You got a million different Rams, but back then, like, this was back in like 2008, right? So there weren't a bunch of like kind of crazy new like weird mounts like we have it now. Like now, there's like 350, 400 mounts in a game, but back then there was basically horses and tigers and some other stuff. And so the idea for an Alliance character to be able to actually ride a Kodo, oh my god, like I flipped out about this. And so I went, the first day I saw it, and some guy linked it in trade in general chat, and I saw it was just this nub. And I was like, what the fuck? He doesn't deserve that mount. I deserve that mount. And so I went every single day on every single character with all of my friends on all of their characters. I even brought my mom into this. And after, I think, 500 or 600 runs, the great Brewfest Kodo dropped, and I got everybody to pass on it for me too, which is really good. I think I paid everybody off in a little bit of different way. I remember I ran ST's Pally through, I leveled up his like Druid or something like that, and I offered people money. Like most people didn't take the money except for my boy Senna. Senna just took the money and went. He was more than happy enough. Everybody passed on it for me, and I think one of the guys in there was high, so he was just happy that I got it. And so there it is. There's the mount, man. I was honestly, guys, this is probably the first mount that I got that I was just absolutely like so ecstatic about getting. I was so excited to get this mount, and it's really cool, guys. It's really cool to go back and actually like go and do this stuff all over again, because it always reminds me of these times that I had with like my friends and everything like that. And I just think it's a really, really good time. And that's why I like to do these holidays videos. It always reminds me of those times. I like to share some of the screenshots with you guys of just, you know, times where, you know, it was like me and my friends doing things together, which is what I think this game is about. And so I do really enjoy doing this. I really enjoyed getting that Kodo too. And so, you know, that's pretty much all it takes, guys. And Corn Dire Brew is really not a big deal to kill. Now, he is a little bit if you got morons on with you, but people doing like bad DPS, I'm, as you guys can see, the tank, and I'm top damage. It's not really a big deal one way or another, though. I've never been in a group that can't kill him, so I wouldn't stress out either way. And you kill him, and you get a bag or a little box, and the box now, you don't just, the mount doesn't drop off Corn Dire Brew anymore. There's actually a little box, so you get the keg-shaped treasure chest, and inside of that can have the one of the 2 mounts, either the Kodo or the Ram, and also you get that little quest item that gives you more tokens, and you can do this every day. And so I would recommend, if you're trying to get the tokens or whatever other toy that drops from, like you get the little remote that you control people with, and tons of other stuff as well. You can go and do that every day as well. Each year I do it, even though I don't need anything, just for the nostalgia. So anyway, guys, that's pretty much all I got for the Brewfest guide. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I definitely enjoyed making it. So thanks for watching, and like, comment, subscribe.